Hi, everyone. My name is David Oteri. I head business development for Tizeti. 20 plus years experience as an IT professional and a seasoned salesman. I want to talk to you briefly today about what we call Tizeti Enterprise Solutions. As the company grew, as Kendall explained, the CEO explained, we were primarily a B2C company delivering unlimited internet service to homes. But as the company grew and scaled, there was a demand for dedicated and customized bandwidth. And this brought about the enterprise department. So in 12 months, we've gotten over 100 enterprise clients. Put your hands together for that, please. So with the enterprise solutions, we have two major services, others, but I'm talking about two major ones today. First, we have dedicated internet, which I just explained, and I will explain briefly more. Then we have what we call the enterprise managed Wi-Fi. So with dedicated internet, the need for customized bandwidth that is dedicated and can be deployed either by fiber or wireless, whatever communication means might be preferable, we offer this service now. You can get from 5 Mbps to 1 gigabit per second. Please give us a round of applause. So like I said, this can be delivered fiber or wirelessly. So dedicated bandwidth will mean that you're not having a shared platform where you actually have a lower threshold and an upper threshold, which your bandwidth fluctuates with, which is what is common, but you have a dedicated bandwidth. So if you pay for 100 Mbps, for instance, for your organization, you're going to get 100 Mbps from start to finish of your subscription. This also gives you other privileges. Number one, you have a dedicated account manager. What does that mean? Unlike the regular service where you have to call into a customer service system or a smart IVR, you are now going to deal with account managers. So your matters are resolved very, very fast. So you have an account manager that you can escalate to if there is an issue in the rare scenario that there's an issue. And usually it will be resolved with 5 to 10 minutes if it's a wireless issue. If it requires a physical visit, it usually is resolved within 2 hours. That's an advantage with a dedicated internet. You also have, like I said, faster issue resolutions. Then another advantage is that you can get installation of dedicated internet done with Tizeti in 24 hours. Put your hands together for that. If you've ever installed dedicated internet before, you know that sometimes to get the quote from the company it might take you 1 week. But with us, that same day you get a call, you get a quote, instantly we tell you what will happen, and the next day you are installed. So your business can be up and running with fast internet in no time. Now, I'm going to talk about our enterprise managed Wi-Fi. What is this about? Over time and experience, we've come to find out that a lot of customers complain about their internet services, but we observed that the problem sometimes, or most of the time, is from the internal networking. What do I mean? A lot of providers just drop the internet for you, either by fiber or wireless cable LAN into your interface, not necessarily understanding what interface you have on ground, what is actually the right equipment. But with Tizeti, we are Wi-Fi.com. We are experts at Wi-Fi. We are able to also design and deploy your internal infrastructure. And this we have also done for clients that we're not even supplying internet for. In other words, we have people who are using X company for their ISP, but we have also deployed and managed their internal infrastructure. Because without this, you won't have the best experience. I'll give you an example. Imagine a scenario where a building has water service deploying water to that building. So you have water coming at good pressure to this building. But something is wrong with the plumbing. Maybe they did not do the plumbing correctly for some reason. What will happen in that building? Some faucets will not correctly work, right? Water will not come out at the right pressure. But that's not because the water service did not deploy water. It's because the internal plumbing is wrong. So what do you do in that scenario? You fix the internal plumbing, and automatically what happens? They begin to enjoy the service. That's what we do for you. So we design and deploy internal Wi-Fi networks at any scale. That means you could have it in a multi-building infrastructure. You could have it in a high-rise infrastructure, a small office, whatever scale you are at, we can meet you where you need us. So now, what are the advantages of this? Enterprise-grade access points will give you better Wi-Fi experience compared to usually what you will find with what we call the SOHO routers that people use to deploy internet at their locations. We'll give you enterprise-grade access points. We'll ensure that you have better Wi-Fi experience because they can allow multiple connections, and they can have what we call central management. So you have, let's give another example. You have a big building with about 40, 50 access points. Let's take this hotel, for example. The access points in this hotel will be so many. They could be up to 100. And the IT manager is supposed to change Wi-Fi passwords and SSIDs every 2 weeks or update firmware. Central management allows him to log into that system and update all the firmware and update, or rather change all the passwords from one location. That's what we can do for you when you need it. So here are a few of our enterprise clients, just to mention a few.